Alright guys, we're back here on the channel, and if you guys don't know, Global is getting the A.O.T collab. Now I've made a video on what you guys should start doing, how you guys should start preparing for it, and all that stuff. Now I'm going to be talking about it. The anniversary, not the anniversary, the A.O.T collab actually happens. It starts tomorrow, so I'm going to be talking about basically, is it worth summoning? Should you summon or not? For free to plays, right? Paid to plays, I already know you're gonna summon. Free to plays, I know a lot of you guys are gonna summon regardless. So I guess it's not should you summon, but who you should summon for. I know a lot of people are summoning regardless what anybody says. They're going to summon no matter what. So I'm just gonna encourage you guys, instead of telling you guys not to summon anymore, because there's really no point, right? So I'm going to be talking about who you should be aiming for. So let me go pull up these units. Give me 1 second. Well, SR Eren Yeager is a free unit, but we are still going to talk about him a bit. Eren Yeager, Levi. Where is Levi? Here we go. Open a new tab, and Mikasa, if I can find her here. Alright, so let's talk about SR Eren Yeager before we talk about the other units. So if you guys don't know, SR Eren Yeager is very, very good, right? Probably one of the best SRs in the game, right? He has a attack like Derriere, Red Derriere, which causes him to evade on rank 2 and 3 and get an increase for basic stats for 2 turns on rank 1 and 2, and then for 3 turns on rank 3, right? So he's very, very good, right? He does quite a lot of damage, right? His stats are decent, pretty decent for SR, right? His passive increases damage dealt by unknown races, or 2 unknown races. So people like Gother and I'm not sure, but Merlin is a unknown. Yeah, so people like Merlin and thing, right? Merlin's only unknown because they never really classified in the anime what ratio it's from. So there's that, right? Now on to the big units, right? The units everybody's summoning for. Now, if you could get every single one of these units in a couple of summons, 3 max or 3 minimum, I should say. If you could get all of these units in 3 multis, 4 multis, you should be good, right? But if you're aiming for one specific unit, I'm gonna talk about them and talk about why they're good. So we're gonna start off with Mikasa. Now, if you guys don't know, Mikasa is probably the worst unit out of all of them. So I definitely don't recommend people going for her. I mean, if you only want her because she's a waifu or whatever, or she's like your favorite waifu of all time, then that's that reason. But she's like the worst one out of all of them, right? She could be she could have been better, but she has this bleed card, which is not all that good, right? And then her AoE secret technique is the same thing Lost Flame Meliodas has on his ultimate, but automatically people are going to think it's strong, but no, it's because the damage numbers are decreased. At rank 1, it's only 80%, mind you, and you only get 20% extra. So if you have 1 extra card, that goes up to 100%. It's not that good, right, when it comes to damage, because of how low the percentage is, right? Automatically, it's an AoE, it's a secret technique. People are going to think it's automatically overpowered because of what also Meliodas can do for his passive or his ultimate, but no. And then her passive increases the hero's basic stats by 50% for each turn, or for 3 turns, and inflicts 420% on one enemy. Now this is pretty good because basic stats by 50 equals HP, attack, and defense. And now let's look at her passive, and this is why it's probably going to be very good. These two together at least. For each ally that receives damage when attack, increases the hero's stats by 3%. I'm still not 1000% sure if this is all stats. I guess I gotta see a video or something. But if this is all stats, that means when it gets to 10, right? Because the limit is 10, which means maximum is 10. When this gets to 10, that equals to 30%. 30% plus 50% to attack, HP, and defense equals 80%. 80% to attack, HP, and defense will make her very, very nasty when it comes to damage. But still, she is not all that good, right? So I don't recommend getting her. If you want her only for collections or because she's a waifu, that's up to you. If you want her because you want every unit in the game, that's up to you. But if you're if you're trying to chase units, I recommend her last. I don't recommend going for her first. Levi now. Levi is very, very good, right? He's good. He's very good, right? He's not god tier or anything like that, but he's very, very good, right? So if you guys don't know, he has the same skill as Blue Zeldris, but Blue Zeldris is not on global, so let's go over it. Inflict Spike. If you guys don't know what Spike is, it's ×2 crit damage. Now this card is beautiful because of what his passive is, and you guys can read it here, but I'm going to go over it in a second, right? So 160, 240, and 400%. And then his AoE is Despair. If you guys don't know what Despair is, it recovers 15% of diminished HP when crit hits occurs. So what that means is, if I hit somebody, if I use this AoE and it crits for 15k on King, right? It crits for 15k, it will take 15% of the HP that he lost. So because it did 15k, it will take 15% of 15k, which is probably like not 5k, like I don't know, 2k, I don't know, right? But yeah, it goes from 100, 150, 250. Now his passive, if his ultimate, if his ultimate was like Zeldris' ultimate 2, where it also included Spike, this would be much better. But then they would just have 2 of the same unit, so they couldn't really have done that, right? Cancels buffs, or no, actually no, because we'll talk about it soon or later. Cancels buffs and stances on one enemies and inflicts damage equal to 630%, right? So it removes all buffs and stances. This is good for people who like to taunt or counter and people who like to buff. So this is going to be a very good ultimate for when Derriere comes out, right? But he's not, he's good, right? He's decent, but you know. And then his passive, right? This hero will always crit against enemy that has the lowest HP. Or lowest leftover HP. Now, a lot of people, when this first was like, when they put this information out the first time on Global or on JP, they did not, right? They did not know what this meant. So I'm gonna explain it now. Basically, what this means is whoever has the lowest percent of HP. Now, what that means is, for example, at the start of the turn, everybody has 100% HP. So if you use his AoE, everybody will be crit on because everybody has 100%. Obviously, because everybody has 100%, nobody's gonna have the lowest HP. So everybody would get crit on. If you use a single target, whoever you use a single target on will be crit on. It's basically whoever lost the most HP. So if, let's say you ran mono red, right? Escanor had 2,000 or 1,000, 100k HP. Gother had 80k HP, and then Arthur had 60k HP. If you went after Escanor having the most HP and you only went after him, he would constantly crit on Escanor because Escanor lost his HP, right? While Gother and Arthur would still be at 100, Escanor would not be at 100 anymore. That's what that means. So he's pretty good when it comes to that. You can rely on him to crit all very good. You can give him crit damage. His is not all, I mean, it's pretty good, I guess, but you can give him crit damage, to be honest, right? And then make it much stronger, attack and crit damage, but it's up to you if you do play on him. He is a character I do recommend you, if you are summoning, he is a character worth going for or chasing after, I guess, right? Because if you guys don't know, the problem on JP with Philosophy, Meliodas, and Goddess Ellie was out, right? And they're not out on Global, so these units actually might be very good on Global for the time being, but we'll see. Now, Eren Yeager, out of all of them, in my opinion, this unit right here is the most funnest unit for PvE and PvP in geared, I should say. It depends on what you want to do, right? On geared too. It depends on how you want to play. So if you guys don't know, you have the same first skill as Green Escanor, right? I will kill them. I'm not even going to read those. It inflicts 240% on the attack on one enemy, then 300% and 500%, but on rank 2 it gives him 1 extra ultimate gauge orb, and on rank 3 it gives 2 ultimate gauge orb. Now his second skill, I'm not sure who does this, but whatever, it's an AoE for 120% on all enemies on rank 1, same amount on rank 2, but it disables ultimate moves for 1 turn. What that means is they cannot use their ultimate move, not ultimate gauge orbs, ultimate move. So I recommend using this rank 2 and rank 3 if you have them when they are close to getting or when they have their ultimate, basically next turn. So if it's your turn and they have their next turn, I recommend using it then, and then using somebody to stop King or whatever if they have King. Now his ultimate transforms into a Titan form and increases attack related stats. Basically, he transforms and he increases all stats by 10% for 5 turns and decreases attack related stats by 30% for 1 turn on rank or out of 1 out of 6, right? So you definitely do, if you are chasing this guy, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you do need dupes for him to be good. I would say 3% would be, or 3 out of 6 is probably good, because 20% life steal is going to be very good, right? So 3 out of 6 is what you want to probably get him. That's why he's not so good, because you need dupes for him to be very, very good, right? Having him 6-6 is absolutely dangerous, but having him 3-6 is going to be good for when it comes to HP related stats. Now his ultimate, if you guys don't know, when he transforms into a Titan, he's exactly like Escanor, right? So he inflicts Amplify, which is 30% damage, right, per buff. So it's the same as Red Escanor's 180, 270, 450. And then he also has the AoE, right? 150, 150, and removes ultimate gauge by 1, and then by 3 on rank 3. Then the ultimate's also the same, right? Inflicts 180. So, 840. I said 180. I got that from this. And then his passive, when he's a human, increases damage dealt by 10% for each ultimate gauge orb he has. So it's kind of like Green King's, but Green King's is like critical, I'm pretty sure, if he crits. Or no, he gets more of a crit chance or something like that. I'm not 1000% sure. Then his ultimate, or his Titan forms passive, is immune to ultimate move disables effect, right? So basically anything, he's immune, basically. He's immune to Petrify. It's right here, basically. He's immune to Petrify, Stun, and Freeze. He's immune to anything that could stop him from losing his ultimate, or stop him from not using this ultimate. Obviously, you can still remove his ultimate gauge, but anything that will make him not use the ultimate that turn, it will be immune. So out of all these units, I recommend chasing Levi the most, because he's going to be more dependable. But Eren Yeager is definitely another choice, right? These two are like the top 2 you want to go for, but Levi is going to be more dependable, and he's probably the most easiest. I know a lot of people pull this guy instantly on JP, so hopefully it's the same on global. And yeah, Mikasa, I recommend you don't go for at all. And this unit's a free unit, right? You get him 6-6 for free. So first, second, third, and then he's free. That's what I recommend. If you are chasing these units, go for him first, then go for him second, and go for Mikasa. So whatever. You can still do whatever you want to do. This is just to help you guys out and all that stuff. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video and this was helpful, let me know in the comments down below. I'm Zioxis, road to 400 subscribers. I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Peace.